Hey everybody, Peach here, and today we're going to be building something extremely portable, extremely versatile, and extremely effective, okay? Today we are going to be building a DIY TRX-Style suspension system / gymnast ring hybrid.
Oh my God!
Now, depending upon the exercise, suspension systems are preferable to gymnast rings. However, for other exercises, gymnast rings are preferable, and this is why I created this hybrid design. It brings together the best of both designs, and best of all, it's cheap and easy to make. Now, while you're watching this video, please go down in the comment section below and let me know which TRX exercises are your favorites and which gymnast rings exercises are your favorites. All right, let's get started. All right, before I walk you through the step-by-step DIY tutorial, let me show you a few of the design features. So, each one is made with a 10-foot long lashing strap with an 800-pound capacity. Okay, the handles are made out of 1-inch Schedule 40 PVC, which is 1.25 inches thick, which is approximately the same thickness as all gymnast rings. These straps up here are soft loop tie-down straps. Not only do they add about another foot to the length of the straps, but they also enable you to be able to tether them together, which you will want when you're doing suspension system exercises, but quickly separate them when you want to do gymnastic ring exercises. Okay, and finally, these straps here act as both a foot stirrup, but also a way to brace your forearms against these when you're doing exercises such as dips. It'll make things a lot easier. However, if you want to make them intentionally more difficult, simply slide the strap out of the way and do your exercise without them. All right, now let me show you how to make them. All right, step number one, we're going to take a 10-pound Olympic-sized plate and we need to measure the distance around the plate, which for me is 28.5 inches. All right, step number two, now take that distance we just measured and cut a piece of 1-inch Schedule 40 PVC pipe that exact length. All right, step number three, now we're going to take some duct tape and we are going to seal off one end of this piece of PVC. All right, good to go. Step number four, now we're going to fill up the pipe with sand. So I'm going to put a funnel in it and just pour the sand right in, all the way up to the very top. And then we'll tape off this end with duct tape as well. Now the sand is going to help prevent kinking as you bend it and help the pipe maintain its cylinder shape. All right, step number five, now it's the fun part, okay? We're gonna use our heat gun to heat up this piece of PVC and mold it into the shape we want. So apply your deflector nozzle onto the end of your heat gun, and this specific heat gun is available via my Amazon affiliate link down in the description below. Okay, so when you think you've got a good shape, you can go ahead and turn off your heat gun and set it off to the side. Then hold it onto the 10-pound plate in the shape that you want while it cools down for a minute or two. This will help ensure that you get the form that you want, okay? Now, when the minute or two are up, you can go ahead and remove it and you should be good to go. Now, repeat these same steps to make a second identical one. All right, next step. Now that we have both units created, we can remove the tape and dispose of the sand. All right, next step. Okay, now we are going to chop off the excess of both rings, okay? Now the reason is when you're doing exercises such as dips, the edges of that pipe are going to dig into your forearm if you don't cut off this excess, okay? Now that begs the question, well, why did we make them this long to begin with then? Well, this excess afforded you the opportunity to bend it around the plate a little easier, and you'll notice that this part is still straight because you can't bend the ends anyway. Okay, so anyway, chop, chop, 5.5 inches on both sides. All right, next step. Okay, now we're gonna do a little bit of sanding just because this edge is a little sharp, okay? So all I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna put on my PPE and then we'll just take an electronic sander and just file that down just a little bit. Beautiful. All right, now that we have our handles made, it's time to start putting this together. But before we do, we need to have a quick conversation on lashing straps. So you will need 2 lashing straps for this project. And when I say lashing straps, I do not mean ratchet straps. Don't go buy ratchet straps. Don't go buy cam buckle tie-down straps. Buy lashing straps. And when you do, there's 2 things to consider. Number 1, the weight limit, and number 2, the length, okay? Now here in the good old US of A, our biggest hardware store is Home Depot. And at Home Depot, they do sell lashing straps. Not all hardware stores do, but Home Depot does. However, the only lashing straps they sell are these guys right here. They are 8 feet long and they have a 500-pound weight limit. Maybe that'll be sufficient for you. It's not long enough for me though. Bear in mind, these are going to be folded over, so you're only going to get 4 feet out of these guys, okay? So what I recommend is going down to my Amazon affiliate link down in the description below and buying a 4-pack of 10-foot long lashing straps that have a weight capacity of 800 pounds, okay? That will give you much more versatility than these guys. All right, next step. Now that we picked out our lashing strap, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the non-buckle end and we are gonna feed it through our handle. Okay, and then just take that and we're going to run this through the buckle. Just like so. Okay, and we'll hang that up for a second. And repeat. All right, next step. Now you can just take the strap and you can throw it overhead to whatever you're going to be attaching to and hitch it right on there and you'll be exercising in seconds. However, is this the best setup? In my opinion, no. Okay, so to take advantage of the full extent of this hybrid design and get the best workout possible, this is what I recommend. Before adding these, take 2 soft loop tie-down straps, and if you need these, go down to my Amazon affiliate link down below for an 8-pack. Okay, take 2 of these and we're going to hitch them directly onto the pull-up bar. All right, next step. Okay, now we're going to take this guy and we are going to unbuckle the strap. And then we are going to run this through that soft loop tie-down strap and rebuckle it. So to set up for most gymnast ring exercises, we're going to want the 2 straps spaced out and separate. Okay? However, when you want to transition over to TRX style exercises, you're going to want to tether them together. So to quickly tether or untether, this is what we do. We take a carabiner and we simply connect these two loops on the soft loop tie-down straps, just like this. All right, so to attach them together, simply take a carabiner, pull this loop, and hook on. Then pull this loop and hook on. And that's it. And now they're tethered together, and you're ready for TRX style suspension exercises. And then when you want to transition back to gymnast ring exercises, simply unhook one, spread them apart, and exercise. All right, last step. Now we're going to add a soft loop tie-down strap to each lashing strap. And the purpose of this is twofold. Okay, so the first purpose of this strap is to make doing exercises like dips much easier, because you'll have a place to brace your forearms against, okay? Now, if this was a full circle, a full gymnast ring, you'd be able to brace your arm against it. So that's what this serves as, okay? So if you're doing this, it's much easier. Now, if you want to make it intentionally more difficult, go ahead and just slide this strap out of the way over this buckle, okay? Do it on both sides. And now, exercises like dips will be intentionally more difficult. All right, now the second purpose of these straps is to act as foot stirrups for exercises involving the TRX style suspension system, because putting your shin bones against this PVC pipe is not going to be comfortable. So you're going to put them against this. Okay? Now, exercise. All right, so here's how you do it. To add these straps to your lashing straps to make it look just like this, this is what we do. So I'm going to take this guy and I'm just going to wrap it around this lashing strap one time, all the way around. Now put your fingers through both set of loops and just hold it. Now we're going to undo this buckle, okay? And now we're going to take that non-buckle end and we're just going to feed it through both of these loops where my fingers are. Feed it through, and now put that non-buckle end back through the buckle. And that's it. Okay? Now slide this guy down. And that's all there is to it. Now for some exercises, for some situations, you might want to connect the system to a door frame instead. So to make a quick door anchor, what we're going to do is take some of that leftover PVC we have laying around and run a soft loop tie-down strap through it. Now connect both loops with a carabiner. And now open up the door and place this side on the other side of the door. And for best stability, it's going to work best if you're putting it closer to the hinge side of the door. Now hook up and exercise. All right, that was the DIY TRX style suspension system / gymnast ring hybrid. A great addition to any home gym. Now, for more details on this project, please visit DIYfitnessclub.com. Also, to purchase some of the supplies needed to make today's project, or if you just rather buy commercially sold gymnast rings or commercially sold suspension systems, please consider using my affiliate links down in the description below. It costs you nothing extra and it helps support the channel. All right, that does it for this project, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next project. So, be sure to subscribe to the channel to be alerted the moment the next project drops.